Hello, Seed of Life Gardening. I have started sowing some corn. I've got all the seed out. 3 rows, golden Bantam, I believe is what it was, and 2 rows of Ambrosia. Could have that backwards. I can figure that out later, for sure. Because these 3 rows were planted with 2 25 packs. These 2 rows were planted with 4 20 packs. Those are approximate counts, and I didn't double check count or anything. But so far we've got cabbage rows that need weeded, some bean rows that I've filled in with newer plants the other day, and I planted out some Charleston Gray watermelon I got in. I have cantaloupe to plant out and more watermelon there. I don't think I'm going to have the watermelon in my garden. That's 8 plants already in the garden there. That will give you a lot of watermelon. I'm not silly. I'm not trying to grow 16 watermelon plants again. Matter of fact, I think I might have had 20 that year that I grew Charleston Grays, and they did really good. I grew them over here in this spot actually then, and they were pretty much all the way out to the garden and in it some. It's like 20 feet, and usually it's 8 the table grow. I fed them a lot of 911 Rattler X that year, so they had a lot of vegetative growth. And so right now, we've got the 3 rows and the 2 rows, different varieties. And I kind of just want to go around and make sure I have the seeds covered, which I haven't covered them at all, like howing them over or anything. I think I'm just going to straight come through with some Daddy Pete's. Got one glove on like Michael Jackson right now. You want to cover them about a 1/2 inch. And I made a bunch of bag noise. That was, you want to cover them about a 1/2 inch, in case that was muffled by the bag. Sorry. Pay attention to what you haven't shot very low. And this is probably the slow way to do it, but I'm a little pressed for time. I'm not going to water it in. I'm just going to hurriedly come through, cover them a handful or 2 each. I'm probably going to have to go get another bag, and I think this is my last bag of potting soil. I think my other Daddy Pete bags I have in storage over there are just the garden soil, which basically the difference there is swap out the perlite for sand. It's pretty much the main difference if I can tell. I'm pretty sure they both have the dolomitic lime and everything else that it normally would. I believe this is the golden Bantam over here. These kernels just look so gold. And the other kernels were more of a white kernel, and I'm pretty sure that's the Ambrosia. The way the Ambrosia looks in the 2 row. So I think that's what I got, but I can even double check the packs. Like I said, these 3 rows are from the packs that I had 2 packs of. And the double row that's a little bit longer too is why that kind of worked out how it did. It's from the one that I had 4 packs of the variety, and I did come through and kind of, like, I didn't want to make more rows, so I kind of did sow a little extra heavy. I came back through and threw some extra ones here and there, just because I don't think that'll crowd it too much if I just do that here and there. If I spaced them all that close, yeah, they wouldn't be too happy, but I've got them about 6 to 10 inches apart, I would say, give or take. Just kind of tried to give them at least 6 inches. That's what the pack said. I'm pretty sure it's my gardener, so he means on center spacing, so like 6 inches between one, 6 inches to the next. That's a foot of spacing on most seed packets, according to what Luke says. I swear I've seen a video where he does his math on bushes, and it didn't quite make sense to me. Like, in my mind, if a I don't know, he just the way he said, like, how he did the math was like it wouldn't have had 2.5 feet of space on either side. It would have had 1.25 because the other plant growing in on, like, it's also growing in the middle. So I was like, I feel like he wasn't accounting for that, but I'm not sure I trust it though. So I went about 6 inches, and I mean, worst comes to worst, and it seems like they're shading themselves out, come back through, maybe thin a few, but I try to avoid thinning. And I'm gonna come through and just kind of, where I've already got some, just sprinkle a little more, just because as that gets rained on later, it is gonna settle in some, and I kind of don't want the rain to just uncover the corn seed again. You're supposed to sow it at about a 1/2 inch. Sorry, I took a pause for the bag noise, but yeah, you're supposed to sow it at about a 1/2 inch. I just kind of hoed a row and threw them down, and I'm coming back through and soiling over the top of them. I'm going to move on to this row. And here in just a moment, I might go ahead and pause for lack of editing, like a speed. Actually, I feel like this phone does have, this phone's camera does have time lapse on it. I could be wrong. I haven't figured that out for you guys, but I'll probably pause in with the magic of editing and come back through as I finish this row, then this row, then the whole thing, or something like that. Just so that you guys don't have to watch all this boring, probably poorly pointed, poorly framed camera work with loud bag noises as I'm trying to talk. Yeah, I'll not make y'all suffer through that. I'll be right back. I think I'm gonna have to grab that bag anyway. I keep being, as I stretch to the left, not having what I'm doing in frame, so let me get a little more of the action for you guys. Better in frame, where you can see the kernels I'm covering, and about how much covering it with, expectancy that it's gonna settle in some as it rains later in the evening here and waters it in for me. I'm gonna be a lazy gardener today. Alright, I'll be back. And real quick, since I'm on this end, I will mention that I definitely sacrificed some of these radishes, because they're all going to flower anyway, so they will likely be, the greens will be a little bit too peppery, and the radishes will be a little bit too woody. So I kind of just hoed into them. So some radishes were harmed in the making of this video. But yeah, I'll be right back as I finish up. Alright, so that's the first 2 rows of what I'm pretty sure is this golden bantam patch here. And this is my ambrosia patch. I'm pretty sure I have that straight. Ambrosia sweet corn. I'm going to go ahead and do this last row. I'll be right back. Alright, we've got these 3 covered at least somewhat. And I'm going to go get a little more soil and do these 2. And I'll be right back when I finish those, just to save some time. But yeah, these are all volunteer radish right here. Pretty much. There's some weeds in the mix too, of course, but most of this bigger stuff is volunteer radish. Like this right here next to the garlic. That's some of which is flowering already. So that'll be pretty, but I think I'm going to take out most of it because I don't want it to droop over this garlic. So I'm going to be coming in for these scapes pretty soon. Flowers of the garlic that if you don't come get, you're going to get small garlic anyway. So you want to come get them, and they're tasty. If you just cook the extra spiciness out of them just a little bit, they're really tasty. Alright, I'm going to go do these other 2 after I grab some soil. Be right back. Okay. Oof. One top the phone. I like these little guys. So that's 3 rows and 2 rows covered, 5 rows, and I gotta go. Happy gardening. Let me know what you guys are growing in the comments. And don't forget to hit the community section. I'm pretty sure y'all can all post your own posts there, and like post pictures and stuff there. And you can also just see what I've thrown up. Just some stuff from earlier in the season. I haven't really put anything new there in a while. Definitely stroll over there. Catch you on the next one. Hopefully, happy gardening.